And my nickname is Abu, ABU. My last name Vilan, Vilan. Okay?
Thank you.
Welcome to Israel. I hope after 3 days here that you saw which kind of wonderful country we have, wonderful government, and real leadership. Leadership. The only, I think, competition that we have today is the new government of the United States of America. So I start looking at Trump. I start to like Bibi. and having said that,
BB's easier to read, I think, than Trump.
Baby's not insane.
no, it's totally different, and I think that, in my opinion, I'll talk just a few minutes, and I want to leave more of the time, the space for question of you, what is interested you. Well, let's have an open conversation, and 5 o'clock in the evening, I will not do it to you that you will fall asleep, and so I'll do my best. I'll tell you why I don't think that Netanyahu is the same as Trump. Netanyahu is different. I served with Netanyahu 4 years in the military, 10 years in the Knesset, until though from even then we were political rival, we're still in a very good personal relationship. And the reason that I think that, number one, I don't really believe that he is an ideological person. He's a pragmatic one. And he decided to be prime minister because he came from a home that his father had a real psychological problem with the Israeli society. His father was an intelligent guy, but he was the secretary of Jabotinsky, the leader of the revisionists during the 30s. And then he worked with Begin. And then he worked in the Hebrew University. From all these places, he was wrong. Now, I served with these three sons. The old one was Yoni Netanyahu, who fell in Entebbe, and then Bibi, and then Ido, the young one. All the three has something in their mind that they have to show and to prove the Israeli people that the Netanyahu family is right and we are wrong. And it's so strong then that the reason that, for instance, for years I believed that in the end of the day, if Netanyahu will be in a situation that he has to choose, for example, between big Israel or the peace process, because he has a very strong sense of history, that in the end of the day, in the end of the game, he will prefer to go towards peace rather than to survive or to continue just his time in power. I must say that in the last years, I changed my mind. No, you have to understand it. I'm not joking now, I'm serious. And the reason I think that he decided, from his point of view, that the most important thing is to survive. And I asked him once in a personal conversation between us, okay, Mr. Netanyahu, you are now 11 years in power, longer than Ben-Gurion. When we talk about Ben-Gurion, about Eshkol, about Begin, about Rabin, okay, we can say a few sentences. What is their legacy? What they do? Something. You are 11 years in power. What we are going to say? So served Mr. Netanyahu. That's all. Now he had believed that according to the alternative meant that he didn't move because the other side didn't want to move. But those are excuses. It's not true. The truth is that he has not, is a weak person, that he has not the internal power and the internal, let's say, how to say it,
Fortitude.
yeah, in trying to move forward toward achieving any kind of an agreement. Now, You know that Israeli society, like other places today in the world, about 50 something percent of the Israeli population are right wingers. What does mean right wingers? They're religious, they are extremists regarding the settlements or issues or the big Israel. But when you check for the last 30 years, not 20, 30 years, their opinions about the two-state solution, you have all the time 65, 66% who supported the two-state solution. Even 2 weeks ago, I saw the last poll, there was 64, 65. Meaning that there is no connection in what you can find in the Knesset from the 120 members of Knesset in all the last Knesset. At least 65% members of Knesset were right-winger religious parties whatsoever. But what did it mean? It means that even people who believe in the two-state solution option are voting to the right wing. Now, I'm sure that the members of Knesset or other Israelis that you met told you, you know, there is no real chance to achieve peace in the Middle East today. And that's the reason that the left, the liberal, whatsoever, has to deal with social issues, with legal issues, all kind of that we as human beings, humanistic whatsoever, really believe in, and leave aside the political main issue. Now I want to tell you something. I'm come from a very socialist home. My father was one of the leaders of Histadrut. My old brother was one of the leaders of Histadrut. And I started my career in the peace. I'm one of the co-founders of the Peace Now movement. And I was Secretary General of the Mapam Party, which is a real socialist movement. But having said that, I'm definitely sure that in Israel, in the end of the day, and if you will open Haaretz of today in English, there are a very interesting article of Professor Carlos Tanger about what I'm saying now, because I think that, first of all, he was my teacher in the university. But he is definitely right, because he is saying in Israel, in the end of the day, people decided how to vote regarding the political issue, meaning security and peace process. And it doesn't matter if you check regarding their social beliefs, and if they were voted according to their social beliefs, merit whether or not 5 or 6 seats, merit can be more than 20, 25, and labor other, but there is no connection. And I can tell you, when Bougie Herzog, 5 years ago, when he thought to run, you are taking the pictures and everything, never mind. You can.
We can turn off the camera.
No, I will not. Bougie Herzog asked me, what do I think about the possibility that he will run for Prime Minister as leader of the Labour Party? And I told him as a friend, you know something, I'm definitely sure that you can be an excellent Prime Minister. And any job that you will do it the best, no doubt. But we have just one problem in Israel. When somebody see you on TV, people think, can he be the leader of Israel? They hesitate. Why do they will hesitate? Because he is not showing you or broadcast to you the feeling that you can trust him. What does it mean you can trust him? It's according if every family in Israel send his girl and his son, the children, to the military, they want that they can trust him. That means that they will check him on the security national level if he can be a leader or not. And in the moment that you don't have it, it doesn't work in Israel. That's, in my opinion, one of the reasons that Netanyahu, for so many years, getting such a kind of a vast support Although, when you check him as a leader, he is nothing. But he broadcast the feeling that you can trust him, that all regarding issues of war and peace, he is a moderate person. He is not taking all kind of risks, sometimes calculated risk. And people say, come on, he can represent us. And in my opinion, the main problem of the center left in Israel, that if in the past we were very much identified with the issues of national security, and even today you can check all the last chief of staff of the military of the IDF. They are all, when they are leaving, they are participate to labor, even to merit, not just the chief of staff, even the main generals. They are the moderate part of the Israeli society. But as a group, we don't give the public the feeling that they can trust us in all these issues. And it's ridiculous, but this is the current situation. Until we will not change this image, and how to do it, I don't know. It's very, very difficult. But in my opinion, here it's our problem. I served 4 years in the most elite commando unit of Israel, with Barak, with Netanyahu, in all those years. And I told one Yossi Beilin, you and me were sharing the same views. When I will say it, even the Likud people will listen to me. When you are saying, they are saying that you are the advocate of the Palestinians. And it's a problem. Let's say, I think that there are no gimmicks here. And I think that if Meretz, if Labour Party, if all other groups believe that they're sharing the same values that we are, we must find a way how to convince the Israeli public that they can trust us. Look what's going on today. Yair Lapid, a man who served. Yair Lapid is the leader of the Yesh Atid party. According to the polls, he is now has 20. In this Knesset, he has 11 seats. In the polls, he has 25, 27, 29 seats, more than Likud. Now, this guy was a TV star.
Donald Trump.
A TV star, a very nice guy, but when you check what he's saying, what he's doing, what is his record, it's ridiculous. He was a journalist, very good on TV, but as a finance minister for 2 years, he was a disaster, a real disaster. But people don't care. He looks good, he's nice, he talks to the people, and there is no other alternative. There is some kind of a vacuum, and he get into it. And now he started to talk in the last year exactly like Bibi, the same views. And 90% of the members of his party are very close to us. Ofer Shelach, Yaakov Perry, the former head of the Shabbat, all others are very close to us. Yes. But this is the political game. It's crazy, but this is the Israeli political reality in these very days. Meaning that I think that Meretz did the last, let's say, we were, during the 90s, we had approximately 10 seats in the Knesset. During the first decade of the 21st century, we had between 5 to 6, sometimes 3, and now 5, but more or less, we lost 50% of our support in the Israeli public. When you check the views of the people, it's true that more people became right-wingers, but still there are 20%. It means there are 23, 24 seats in the Knesset They're sharing the same views that we are.